The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
From the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, WGN Sports presents White Sox Baseball. There's Paul Konerko, Alex Rios, and Ozzie Guillen, Chicago White Sox, as they get set to butt heads with Joe Mauer, Mike Kadire, and Ron Gardenhire's first place Minnesota Twins. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you Game 2 of this big three-game series. In the opener last night, it was just not Freddie Garcia's night. One of the few bad starts he's had this year. They came out smoking. They won that game 12-6. So the Twins now have claimed a one-game lead in the Central. And tonight we've got a man going to the bump with a good changeup, which you need to beat the Twins with.
John Danks going to the mound. He's had some problems with the Twins. He's 5-6 lifetime against them with an ERA up over 5. But this year he's 11-8. He's a man for the job tonight in a game that we barely left to win to even the series at 1. He's going against Glenn Perkins. Glenn Perkins is a guy making his first start this year. Coming up from the minor leagues, his ERA was over 6. He has 4-8 record. However, the last 3 starts were pretty good. He's not a fastballer. He's a guy that has to try to trick you, will throw inside to the right-handers. This should be interesting because he's pitching for a spot on this ball club, so he has a lot of motivation. One thing for John Danks, he's got to retire Mike Kadire. He's hitting .474 against him with 5 home runs. You get him out, you beat the Twins.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way. Won that ball game by a score of 12-6. We had the 3-run homer from Carlos Quentin. But this is a series that is big. There's no question about that. But still, I think we'll all agree, Stone Pony, that this thing is going down to the wire and will probably be the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season to determine.
We also have 5 more games with this team, with Detroit in the middle of it. And last night it was pretty simple. With momentum being as good as your starting pitching, Freddie just didn't have it. That was the thing that went wrong last night. As far as the offense is concerned, the offense was fine. Tonight, the starting pitching is better. Then the offense won't have to work as hard. We come away with a win.
All right. Minnesota is 7-3 against us this year in the 10 games played. And let's hear what Ozzie had to say about that.
We're not not going to do anything different against the Twins we did in the past. No, we're going to play our game and the way we've been playing all year. We're not going to make any changes or try to push the button a little harder. No, I think it's or we change our plan. We're going to run with the people we think we can run, and hopefully we execute well. But like I said yesterday, it's nothing out there happened yesterday or today. We got to change or we change it because they're in town. It's not my style.
All right, it is what it is. That's our Ozaru, and we'll be back with the starting lineups right after this.
Millions jackpot is worth $75 million. Tonight's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting provided by WRTO. La Tremenda, Chicago's Spanish language sports leader. White Sox SAP is brought to you by Galaxy, home rebuilding experts since 1984. Do great work, give a great deal. That's Galaxy. Twins come in with a one-game lead. And we'll take a look at how Ron Gardner is going to line them up tonight. It's Span leading off playing center field, then Hudson, Mauer, Young, Kadire, who's really hurt John Danks in the past, Kubel, Valencia, Repko, and Hardy playing shortstop and hitting ninth. The defense behind John Danks, left to right, Pierre Rios and Quentin. In the infield, Vizquel, Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko. A.J. Przinsky behind the plate. And Johnny Danks on the hill looking for his 12th win. His ERA 3.30, and this is his 23rd start. It's a steamy night here in Chicago. And the umpires, Mike DeMuro behind the plate, Tim Welke at first, Jim Reynolds is at second, and Bill Welke is at third. So with high humidity and high temperatures, it's going to be very lively around the ballpark. We're ready for baseball, and I'm ready to turn over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here over WGN Sports. So happy you could join us for Game 2 of this 3-game set and Game 2 of this 6-game homestand. 3 with these guys and finished off at 3 with the Tigers. And the first pitch of the ball game to Denard Span is taken for a strike, says Mike DeMuro. Span comes in hitting .268, 3 homers. He's driven in 42. That's off the plate. He was 1 for 6 last night. And lifetime against Johnny Danks has hit him well, 8 for 25. And of the 8 hits, all of them have stayed in the park. That's trouble. That's in the gap, and nobody's going to get it. So the Twins are going to start off right where they left off last night. Here's the throw. He gone. Beautiful relay. You love to see it. Baseball 101.
Well, Denard Span, who last year had 10 triples, decided that with nobody out, he was going to take a gamble, and he was going to gamble that the throw from Rios or the relay throw were not going to be on target. Neither was right. Rios gets it in. Gordon Beckham fires to third, and they get him out easily. Mike DeMuro on the umpire rotation, right on top of the call, and he cuts him down, and that's a big play to lead off the ball game.
Woo! Huge play. When you make great relays like that, it just sets the tone and sets everybody in a good frame of mind. So here is Hudson. Orlando hitting at 284 as he takes the first pitch strike. He has 4 homers, 29 RBIs. He was 1 for 5 last evening. And the count 0-2. And here at beautiful USA left field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center.
Orlando, a switch hitter with more power from the right side. All 4 of his home runs have come right-handed.
That's low. He is 2 for 10 lifetime off Johnny Danks. Twins come in hitting at 282 as a club with a 3.95 team ERA. He gone.
Good cutter on the inside part of the plate. John puts it perfectly right there. It disappears down and in. Hudson over the top. And quickly 2 out, which is the best way to face Mauer.
Mauer hitting at 325, 7 homers. He's driven in 62. He was 3 for 5 last night with a homer and 3 RBIs. Takes first pitch fastball strike. Twins come in 31 and 29 on the road. They are 33 and 20 at home. And as we talked about in the opening, it's hard to beat this ball club unless you have a good changeup.
John has one of those. The only question is, will he keep it down?
That's a definitive pitch for him. And you keep pounding Mauer inside like that. If he hits it hard, it's going to be foul. Mauer loves the ball from the middle out. You get the ball from the middle out, as we talked about last evening, he will beat your brains in.
There were 3 hits last night, including a 2-run homer and a double. He showed us.
First pitch he saw in this at bat from Freddie was a high fastball, and that's a tough pitch to start him out on. The sequence will determine if you can throw him a high fastball. On first pitch, walking the tightrope. He gone. He got him looking inside, then went away. 1, 2, 3 inning. Not check that. 3 guys faced in the inning. After having a play, it's Minnesota 0, and the good guys coming to bat.
Canerco, Carlos Quentin, A.J. Przinsky. The DH is Diane Vicieda with the skill, and Beckham playing second and hitting ninth. The defense and how they'll line up behind Perkins, left to right, Youngspan and Repko. In the infield, Valencia, Hardy, Hudson, and Kadire. Joe Mauer behind the plate, and Glenn Perkins on the hill. Those are his numbers in AAA. Not overly impressive. The last 3 times out, he threw pretty well. Going to throw that fastball into the right-handers. He's got a decent changeup, and will feature a curveball every now and then.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Juan Pierre had his 16-game hitting streak snapped last evening. He comes in hitting at .266. A homer he's driven in 27. And first pitch from the 27-year-old southpaw Glenn Perkins, taken for a strike. Perkins, 6 feet tall, 205 pounds, out of Lakeville, Minnesota. He was all in Minnesota, high school, college. Big pitch up and in. Outfield shading him to the left. Nice gap out there in right center. You got Valencia at the cut of the grass, now in on the grass at third as that pitch is a souvenir left side. What new? Sox come in hitting at .262 as a club with a 3.89 ERA. Sox are 33-21 here at home. In the last 23 games we've had at home, we have won 20 of them. He just fights that one off.
Perkins, just like Joe Mauer, a local boy from St. Paul, got drafted, developed, and came to the major leagues with his hometown team. First round, 27th pick overall, 2004.
That ball hit in the left field. Delman Young is there, has to go back into his left, and that is out number 1. So with one out, let's check out our Dodge picks to click. Jim Angio, our director and crew, going with Rios. Stevie, his own ponies, going with A.J. Przinsky and the Magnificent Seven. Mike Spadali, Pete Catazone, Mike Mazza, the Bertucci boys, Bobby, Bruno, and Anthony. And we're going to add the 7th to the Magnificent Seven, Tommy Sheridan. And we're going to go with the Tank, Diane Vicieda. And there is Alexei hitting first pitch to the shortstop. So for more information on the entire vehicle lineup, log on to Dodge.com or stop by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Dodge dealer.
Perkins had a big year when he first got to the major leagues and had an opportunity to start. He went 12-4 in 08 with a 4.41 ERA. Things got a little tough last year, 6-5, 6-7. 5.89 ERA.
First pitch strike. Well, the first time we saw Perkins, we hit him around a little bit. And the next couple times we saw him, he was really good against us. Ball hit hard. Nice play by Kadire on a tough hop. It didn't take long. 1-2-3. After 1, no score. First pitch, high and wide to Delman Young, 24-year-old left fielder, having a big year. Finally realizing some of that huge upside that he has. Comes in hitting at .320. 14 homers, he's driven in 84. Last year he had 284, 12 homers, and drove in 60. And he has done some kind of job with the absence of Morneau. As the count moves to 3-0, come back and get him. No walks.
They'd like to get him ahead of Kadire, who's given John a whole lot of problems. And the knock on Young was, for a big, strong guy, why he didn't hit the ball out of the park. This year he's been hitting the ball out of the park and hitting just about everything in sight.
Way outside, so the dreaded leadoff walk. And that'll bring up Kadire. Mike hitting at .274, 11 homers. He's driven in 54, but against Johnny Danks, 38 at bats, 18 hits, 13 of which have stayed in the park. And he's driven in 11 runs against him.
He's also grounded into 19 double plays, and the 20th would be welcome. Talked with Michael before the game today. He said this is by far the best hitting background in any park he's played in. He thinks this is the best hitter's ballpark he's been in.
Talking to some Minnesota people before the game about hitting in their ballpark, most of them hate it. Most of them hate hitting in the new park, Target Field. What is their favorite park to hit in as a team? Right here. U.S. side.
Their ballpark, alley to alley, is fairly dead. And they thought it was just the cold weather at first, but even now, although the ball is jumping a little bit more, not near what they thought it was going to be, because they originally thought it would be a very good hitter's park, and it hasn't turned out that way. Mauer has not homered in his home park this year, although he did have one in an exhibition before the season started at home.
And that pitch foul back. Well, he had one against us, except Alex Rios went up and brought it back in. Kadire hit that ball out of the ballpark. That was all he had, everything he had. Alex goes up, being 6'5", and very athletic. Made a beautiful catch out of it, but an easy one for him.
Well, he said to me that he got every inch of that ball he could get, and he was stunned that it didn't go out of the park. He thought it was going to be in the upper deck.
Well, we had a great camera shot of him. He couldn't believe it. He could not believe it. And another foul. Well, and we talked about that at the time. If that part gets in their heads, that's going to be real good for us. Because it was certainly the antithesis when they played in the Metrodome. Long set. Pokes that one into left field. Juan coming on, has to pull up, so the leadoff walks got him in trouble. And Kadire now 19 for 39 against Danks. But the leadoff walk will get you a lot of canceled checks.
That's a good pitch, and Kadire reaches out. That ball 6 inches outside. When you've got some pitcher's number, it seems like you're swinging a magic wand. All you have to do is make contact. It's going to either go over somebody's head or fall in front of them or find a hole in the infield. And that's the story with Kadire against Danks.
Well, Kubel's had good luck against Danks as well. 8 for 27 with a homer, but he's knocked in 9 for those 8 hits. Got to bow your neck, Johnny Danks, and make some pitches.
A lot of people don't realize last year Kubel hit an even 300 and drove in 103 runs with 28 homers. That's a big year.
High pop up. Young is tagging. He's not going, and he just does get back in time.
Nice play by Carlos Quentin, because he realized that Young was not going to go. He threw behind him at second and almost caught him straying off the bag.
Jim Reynolds got himself in perfect position to see it and then make the correct call. So here's Danny Valencia hitting at .331 with a homer. He's driven in 15. Five-year-old infielder. Takes ball one.
Valencia got his opportunity because of the injuries. They've installed him at third base. He's played exceptional defensive third base, and he's swinging the bat very well. So he's making the most of this opportunity.
There's a chopper left side. Omar. And Gordon just couldn't find the ears on it. I doubt if he were going to turn it anyway. Ball was hit softly, so it's out number 2.
Could have been 2. Gordon on the transfer. Good to get out of the way of Kadire, who goes in pretty hard at second base. Now they'll have to get Repko out, who came over from the Dodgers.
He's hitting .314, 3 homers and 6 RBIs. Talking to Burt Blyleven, future Hall of Famer. Now one of the real fine announcers for Minnesota. As there's the Dutchman. He will be in the Hall of Fame. He missed by 1 vote this past year. Said Repko's really been doing a heck of a job.
He never really got an opportunity very much with the Dodgers. Played a little bit with them. Last year spent most of the year at Albuquerque. But again, they've had their share of injuries, and they've had a lot of opportunity to use their minor leagues and bring up some guys and give them a chance.
There's a strike in the count, 2-1. Outfield straight up. Bunch just a bit. And the count evens at 2. So 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the second.
J.J. Hardy in the on-deck circle, acquired from Milwaukee Brewers in exchange for Carlos Gomez.
He gone. He pitches out of it. First 2 men get aboard. A stranded pair after an inning and a half. No score.
Sox first baseman has moved his game forward over the 17 games previous with a .339 average, 7 homers and 12 runs batted in. Konerko is now second in the American League with 28 round trippers. Paul Konerko, tonight's Toyota moving forward.
Paulie comes in hitting at .304, 28 homers, 78 knocked in. 2 for 4 last night with an RBI and a couple of runs scored. Perkins had himself a 1-2-3 quick first.
I'd like to see him try to stay inside with the fastball to Paul. Not inside for a ball, inside for a strike, because I don't think he can get it by him.
Well, it's just going to be on Paulie. He can't get it by him. It's just going to be on Paulie whether or not if he can keep it fair. And Paulie does a pretty good job against that. He's gotten better and better over the years. You notice now when he hits a home run that's foul, it's for the most part just foul. Not way out of here left. And the 3-0 pitch. The dreaded leadoff walk. Make him pay as that'll bring up Carlos Quentin.
Perkins knows that he's most likely pitching for a spot on this ball club because he got Nick Blackburn at AAA. He's a very dependable starter who lost his sinker and is trying to work it out down there. But they put Brian Dunsing, another left-hander, in the rotation. They need a left-hander in the bullpen, and if Perkins does a good job tonight, it will very well be his spot in that pen.
Takes a strike. And that's up high. Carlos, 3-run homer last evening. That was in the second inning. That got us right back in that ball game.
Baker tried to slip one by him low and away. Carlos hitting in the 7th spot for him a few times this year. Just took it that way and took it out of the park.
That ball hit hard into center field. Stretch! Get on back there. Span at the ball. Looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! Yeah! 2-run bomb by Carlos Quentin. And the Sox lead it 2-0. The dreaded leadoff walk.
Told you it'd be a very lively ballpark tonight. That one went rocketing out over the 400 mark. Span went to the wall, realized he had no chance. Carlos hits his 24th, RBI 75 and 76. Guy hitting 230. Those are robust numbers.
That's a hard 230. A hard 230. AJ takes ball 1. And that's out of play left side.
Take another look at it. That fastball in the inner portion, and if Perkins tries to stay in there against our right-handers, he's going to have some problems. Span just looks up, and it's gone.
There's a little soft ground ball for Hopper. And that's out number 1. That'll bring up the Tank. Tank hitting at .297, 3 homers. He's driven in 7.
Andrew Jones was in the original starting lineup, but was a late scratch. That necessitated Carlos Quentin going in defensively in right field, and Omar Vizquel taking over Andrew Jones' spot.
First pitch strike. Big hack. And the count 0-2.
No walks yet in 74 at bats. Diane.
Got him out, number 2. So here's Omar. Scale hitting at 287, a homer. He's driven in 21. He also has 23 walks. Takes high and wide.
What a year he's had. He's in magnificent condition. He's played a whole lot more than anybody thought he would play when this season started due to the injury to Martin.
To know the count to Vizquel. Soft little looper, and that'll retire the side, but the leadoff walk. And then the 2-run homer by Carlos Quentin. It is 2-0. Good guy.
I'm here with Christine O'Reilly, and we're here to talk about the ultimate package of auctions and things to get throughout the stadium. And how much money can we raise this year, Christine?
That's the big question, Steve. We're looking to set a record. We did White Sox Charities Week last year, so we're building upon that success. And you're right, we have quite a bit of things going on inside the ballpark. In fact, tonight they're selling game-used baseballs and lineup cards. Friday, the players' wives will be out here, set up on the 100 level and 500 level, selling what we call mystery bags. Inside each bag is an autographed baseball from everybody in the clubhouse, and then some of our legends, Carlton Fisk, Frank Thomas, Louis Aparicio. We have a couple of those. $50, you buy a bag, you win an autographed baseball. So all ways that we try to raise awareness for White Sox charities and raise some extra funds too. But it culminates, and thanks to our great partnership with WGN TV, it culminates on Saturday evening with the Ultimate Experience Auction. So fans can go to whitesox.com/ultimatebids, or just go to whitesox.com, you'll find us. We have 7 amazing packages that we're going to be let fans bid on during the course of the game.
And last year, those packages went for any number of dollars. Apparently the Mark Burley package went for something like $8,000.
Yeah.
So you're looking for more of the same this year?
Yeah, but we have something for everyone, people of all ages, and really different packages available for different prices, but it's what the market will bear. We're doing another great experience with you and Hawk, where you meet Hawk and Steve, you have dinner with them, you get to go out to the WGN broadcast truck to see how the game is produced, which is very cool. You'll get your little spot on television during the game, but there's a package for 20 people in the Sox clubhouse in late May to draft your White Sox, your baseball fantasy team for the next year, and then you get tickets for opening day. We've got a kids package where you can be a bat boy at a Sox game, a ball boy at a Bulls game, or ride the Zamboni at a Hawks game. So lots of packages. We'll be bidding from 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock on Saturday. So tune into the game broadcast right here on WGN. Listen to the descriptions of the packages. Go to WhiteSox.com. It'll be a lot of fun.
Well, thank you, Christine, and good luck with the Ultimate Auction on Saturday.
Thanks, Steve.
2 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. A couple of ground balls. That last one had a tricky hop that Alexei handled it very nicely. Thank you very much. And here's Hudson. Struck out his first trip. 2-1-0 for our guys, 0-2-0 for their guys. And Alexei's going to take care of the side right here. He'll tie a record held by Minnie. 1, 2, 3. That is 5, 6 in a row now retired by Danks, and he leads it 2-0.
Is will Jim Thome become the 8th player to reach the 600 home run plateau? A is yes, B is no. Just text A or B to 97999 and watch for the results later in the game.
Bottom of the 3rd inning. Sox on top 2-0. It'll be Beckham, then back to the top of the order with Juan Pierre and Alexei Ramirez. First pitch strike on the outside corner. Beckham coming off that slightly pulled groin. Made a terrific play. There's a hard comeback. A good pick right there by Perkins. 1 out.
Gordon's relay throw from Rios to cut down Span at third base might have set the tone for this game, because number one, if it's not a good throw and he's there with nobody out, odds are he's going to score. As it turned out, he didn't. And for John Danks, that's a huge lift, as it was for the ball club.
Well, he did the same thing in Baltimore when he pulled a groin. Throw to home plate to get the man. Beautiful play. The relay plays, as we talked about when it happened, that just seems to set a tone. Everybody gets into a good mood. when you have the fundamentals of baseball, the rudiments of baseball, perform. As the count 2-0 to Juan Pierre. One of the best things you can do offensively is not hit a home run, solo shot. Have a man on second base, nobody out, get him over, and then hit a sacrifice fly. That just lifts everybody up. And to count 3-1.
Juan's looking for a fastball. He most likely will get it here.
And there is a walk. Second one issued by Perkins. And a reminder, the first 25,000 fans in attendance at each home game will receive a New England Coffee game card redeemable for $2 off your next retail purchase from New England Coffee. Family coffee roaster since 1916. It's a home run for Chicago.
Perkins wants to stay inside to Ramirez as he did last time. Valencia is off the line enough to have the ball go by him between him and the bag. He also has to play in just in case Alexei's thinking about a bunt.
Alexei at the first pitch he saw to his counterpart, J.J. Hardy. Joe Mauer wants to go out and have a meeting, which Joe will do that.
9 times when we played him in Minnesota.
Well, the over and under was 7.5.
And he beat it. Yeah. Fortunately, I had the over.
I think everybody had the over.
I'm surprised he ended at 9. Outfield straightaway, fairly deep for Alexei. He's been swinging the bat very well for a long period of time.
And playing just a tremendous shortstop. There's a strike. So the count 1-1.
The last 17 games, he's been not as hot as anybody.
Tigers beat Tampa Bay 3-2. Verlander. We're going to miss him this weekend when they come in for that 3-game weekend series. And this should be. Back him up. The throw is off the mark and he drops it. So Alexei will move into second.
There's a real bad throw by Hudson, and it took Kadire down the line, but he couldn't protect the baseball. He went down the line with an outstretched glove, and Alexei ran right through it and knocked it into right field. Seen a lot of first basemen get hurt on plays like that, as Juan goes in pretty tough. Dyer just loses the baseball. Alexei winds up in strong position.
Make him pay right here, Alex. Give the ball a hard shot. On the ground, down to Kadire. Took a funny hop and he handled it nicely. He got a cookie, fouls it back. Alex has had good success against Perkins. He's now 5 for 11 with a homer. That's just the 43rd error for Minnesota.
Goes E3, even though it was an errant throw by Hudson that set it up.
That's low. The Twins the first 2 months were just ridiculously low in the error total. They were catching everything. Then they went into a little funk. If you look at one of the best in the game right there, Ron Gardenhire. They went into a defensive funk, made some errors, and lost some ball games. That is foul back, and the count 1-2.
Right now they're still number 1 in fielding. Now they've changed it to E4, which is what it should have been.
That's a better call.
They've got the 43 errors, and the closest to them is the Yankees with 49 errors.
Of course, as they were playing that kind of fantastic defense the first 2 months, we were playing just the opposite. 2-2 the count. So for a change lately, we're getting 4 outs in an inning. That ball hit hard over the head of Young. Here comes Alexei. Here's a throw. He could throw, and they're going to get him. But the error. Alex makes him pay, and it is 3-0 Sox.
Is that man right there, Delman Young. They'd get Rios by plenty, but fortunately Alexei was hustling. He crossed home plate much before that tag. So it's a 3-0 game, and the 4th out, at least at this point, cost him 1.
So Joe Mauer will lead it off. He struck out his first trip, and after the first pitch, we're going to show you that sequence of pitches. The way you've got to pitch Joe Mauer. You pitch him in a conventional manner, and he's going to beat your brains out. As there's a strike on the outer half. Watch this. This was the first at bat on the outside part. Now, inside. 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 Get him looking in there. Then you can open it up out there. As there's a strike. The biggest thing, though, Quentin, as you know, because you're a smart pitcher. You got to get a guy, a good hitter, thinking. Once you get him thinking and his wheels turning a little bit, you got a much better chance of getting him out.
Also, it was a perfect pitch. He's to go with the high heat here.
And Ronquier cannot get it.
Tough to throw that ball by him. He had him set up 0-2, and he went away from what got him last time. AJ wanted the fastball up, and Mauer didn't miss it. This ball slicing away from Juan Pierre. You see that high heat? Joe's just got a quick bat.
Well, middle out, as we said, he's going to beat your brains there. It's just that simple. Good hitters, you have got to pound them inside, pound them, get them looking in there. If you let them look out over the plate, they will kill you. And that's what Mauer does. That's the reason he's a 3-time batting champion.
And the fact that he can take a pitch that was that far out of the strike zone. Pretty much as if he was looking for it, which it couldn't possibly be, but reacting to it and having the bat speed to be able to get up and get it.
Well, you got to make him reroute the bat by pitching him inside. You cannot let him look out over the plate. He has popped up right side. Carlos Mauer is not tagging as of now. Yeah, he is, but he's not going anywhere. And that's out number 1. Those good hitters and good hitting teams. You take good hitting teams, you pitch them inside, you got a chance. You pitch them out over the plate, you got no chance.
We'll see how carefully John Danks treats Mike Kadire.
And a reminder, you can enjoy post-game fireworks presented by Connie's Pizza Friday, September 10th. Sox against the Royals. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
Outfield deep and straight away.
Dyer singled into left field on a good changeup. Takes that one high and wide. Outfield straight up for the 31-year-old. All-purpose player for Minnesota.
What he said in spring training, Tom Kelly comes down every spring. He said, every guy in the infield especially, but most of the players will spend some time at first base with Tom Kelly explaining to them how to play there. And most of these Minnesota players can play multiple positions. And Dyer came in handy with Morneau going down, and Dyer shifted to first and plays it pretty well.
And that's out of play in the count 1-2. Well, he started off his career as a shortstop, went to third, into the outfield, and he plays them all third.
He found a home in right field, and he's another one of those guys that you don't run on when he's in the outfield because he's got a rocket for an arm.
And that's out of play. I don't know how much Michael Dyer makes. His salary is not one that's bandied about in the papers very often. But whatever it is, he's probably underpaid.
He's also one of the captains of this team. He's one of the guys that will take over and let you know when you're not doing something.
He gone.
Good cutter inside. Good below his hands. And he got one of his great nemesis.
So 2 down to another nemesis, Jason Kubel, who just missed one back in the second inning. A high towering fly ball to right field. Takes down low. The lower bowl is full and the upper deck is, well, not filled, but there's a good crowd tonight as there's a strike. 30,900 last evening.
It's like in the same neighborhood tonight.
Yeah, but it's way a little disappointing because of the bigness of this series. There's a nice play by Paulie. Did that like a catcher. Kept it in front of him. And he pitches over the leadoff double by Mauer. No errors for our Sox. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for their Twins. And while we have a moment, a big White Sox shout out to a huge Sox fan down in South Bend, Indiana. And a guy we love very much, George Leonakis. Just a little bit under the weather. Waiting for you to get out, buddy, and get back to doing what you do. Paul Konerko will lead it off. He walked leading off the second and scored. Takes ball 1.
Perkins can't afford to fall behind too often and come away unscathed.
Now, Paulie's got the catbird seat, and he certainly cannot afford to go 2-0-3-1.
Not going to be a long night for him if he continues to do that.
Made a good pitch on him. Paulie chased it. That was a good pitcher's pitch on a 2-0. So 1 out, and that'll bring up Carlos Quentin. And if you missed his at bat in the second inning, poof.
It's our 4th drive of the game. Carlos got a fastball low and in. Took it out over the center field scoreboard.
Carlos takes inside. 24 homers. And he has knocked in 76. Take another look at that home run. Watch the swings. Watch his arms right here. Just to go to show you. Short arms he uses right here. No extension. And for those people who preach extension, the only thing you're doing is hurting your pupil. You don't have to have extension. In fact, that's probably one of the worst words ever brought into the vernacular of hitting. Guys don't have to get extension to hit home runs. Goes through that one. And the count 2-2. Got it. And that hitting, what move? Carlos really doesn't move around very well up there at the plate.
If he's going to get hit like that, he's going to be in good shape.
Well, I'd rather see him swinging the bat than getting hit. But 43 times his rookie year he got hit, which is obscene.
Well, he's in a furious race with Juan Pierre to see who's getting hit the most. They've both been hit 15 times. That's not a category you want to win.
How many guys do you average hitting a year? 5 or 6?
It depends on who was hitting me that year.
That's the answer I like. I love that answer, Stone Pony. It depended, right?
Well, you have to occasionally, the catcher sets up inside, you miss a little farther inside.
Well, there's a difference in hitting guys and drilling.
True. They were all mistakes.
I know you drill a lot of guys because when your hitters got hit, you were going to drill one of theirs.
Well, you had to protect them. I think that's something that most teams do. Although my manager for the Orioles, Earl Weaver, hated it. He hated any type of retaliation because he said we're probably better than the team we're playing. And if they break Lee May's elbow and he's out for 2 months, it's going to affect our chase to the playoffs. We did it anyway.
Short lead by Carlos. Little comebacker. Bad throw. Good recovery, and they still don't get it. So the throw right there broke the rhythm. And Perkins has highlighted himself as he should be.
When you release the ball, you're the 5th infielder, and you've got to be able to turn a double play on this one. Got a catcher running, and the ball's hit right back to you, and the throw is just a very bad throw. He tried to guide it. Hardy takes it right off the ground. Credit A.J. for hustling up the line and giving the Sox another out here in the 4th inning.
Oh, with that throw, Hardy made it a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
He's got a very strong arm.
So here's Tank. Make him pay. He gave us another out in this inning. Tank struck out swinging on a fastball. And very quickly the count 0-2 once again. Just a static lead as A.J. takes off. It's academic as he strikes out. And that'll do it. We get a break, couldn't take advantage of it. We're into the 5th, leading 3-0. Top of the 5th inning. Johnny Danks. First pitch strike to Danny Valencia, who hit into a 5-4 fielder's choice. Just off the corner, if you're just tuning in, Sox with that 2-run homer by Quentin in the 2nd. Got a break in the 3rd and took advantage of it on a base hit by Rios, knocking in Alexei Ramirez. That pitch fouled away, and the count 1-2. Second of this 3-game set. In the finale tomorrow night, Gavin Floyd, who for arguably the last 13 starts, arguably the best pitcher in baseball. He gone. 5th strikeout for Johnny Danks.
Valencia was not particularly happy with Mike DeMuro, but John Danks been throwing the ball on that inside corner most of the evening.
Well, Mike DeMuro will call an inside strike, which a lot of guys will not.
John's got to have that pitch because he stays in there with his fastball and his cutter to set up that straight change away.
The ejector button got him, and count 1-0. Outfield straight up. Omar. As that's popped up right out behind second base. That's a piece of cake right there. Gordon. So Repko is retired. 2 down, and a reminder that Saturday, August 28th, Sox against the Yankees at 6:05. First 20,000 fans in attendance will receive White Sox rally towels presented by Cardinal Fitness. So for game tickets, call 866-SOX game or visit whitesox.com. That's Saturday, August 28th, 6:05. Sox against the Yankees. White Sox rally towels. J.J. Hardy grounded out to his counterpart, Alexei. Talking about guys getting hit. Hall of Famer Carl Yastrzemski played 23 years in the big leagues. And got hit in 23 years, a total of 40 times. And they threw at him all the time. You just couldn't hit him. He was like a cat. That's averaging less than 2 times a year.
So Carlos Quentin got hit in one minor league season.
40, yeah, more than 43.
Times this year.
I saw guys try to not drill Yaz. I mean, you just couldn't get him. Has popped up into short left center field. One making the calls, got the ball. Nice 1, 2, 3 innings for Danks. He's retired 5 in a row. We're halfway home, leading 3-0. $5 footlongs from Subway. Just be the 500 texter to text Subway to 97999. So go to WGNTV.com for complete information and rules. As you check out our WGN Sports HD tail of the tape, there it is. Omar Vizquel will lead it off. Takes first pitch strike. And there's a shot. That's got into the corner. Omar's going to make the turn. And he will get into second. The leadoff double for our 43-year-old Omar Vizquel. As we discussed last night, probably the most in-shape player on our ball club.
That ball was up and out over the plate. He drives it into right field. No chance for Repko. Unfortunately, that ball hit off the sidewalk. And Omar coasts into second. Now Gordon has a job to do. That's to move along Omar. get him to third.
See his 7th two-bagger of the season. Tries to run it. Unfortunately, pops it up, but out of play. And a reminder, Monday, August 23rd, join the Sox at Lucky Strike Lanes in downtown Chicago as they trade in their cleats and throw strikes for charity during the White Sox Celebrity Bowling Classic presented by the good folks at Miller Lite. So for more information, call 312-674-5391 or visit whitesox.com/community. Gordon hit a little comebacker to Perkins. Watch out.
That ball almost wound up in center field as Hardy snuck him back of Omar. The only problem is you have a shortstop sneaking you back of probably the greatest shortstop that ever played. So he's seen this play a time or two. He's back in easily.
Runners in close. There's the bunt. They just look to third. Now they'll go to first. And Valencia did a good job right there. He saw immediately that Perkins was going to field it, and he broke back to the bag.
Valencia retreats. Perkins looks at him and then realizes he can open the door to a huge inning if he doesn't get him. So he takes the out presented him. Gordon gets the job done with a sacrifice. Mauer is yelling third base. From a pitching standpoint, you got to train yourself. When you hear the catcher yelling third, you just have to throw over there because he's telling you that because the play's in front of it.
Well, he had him dead to rights.
Just didn't make the throw, and a lot of pitchers won't take the gamble.
So we catch another. That's the third break we've caught. Took advantage of the first one, didn't on the second.
And for Juan to drive him in, it's not going to be with a fly ball to left field.
And the infield in. Omar. Pitch out, nothing on.
Juan taking a long look down at Jeff Cox, who says something to Omar.
Omar says, leave me alone.
Omar tells him to get back in the coach's box.
And that's low. The count 2-1. We've seen Omar when he was in that Cleveland uniform do this against us. Jockey up and down that line. In fact, we almost had a little confrontation with him because of it one game. Right here, Juan. We need.
That was a suicide, and the only one that hurt was Mauer. Come out to have a look at him. Good timing on the part of Vizquel. That ball bunted straight down. Joe probably took it in a bad spot.
Well, we're going to see right here from center field, Hyde.
Yeah, he'll be singing soprano in the choir.
Yeah. Gotta walk that one off.
Easy for you to say. He's walking it off okay.
Oh, every time I see a guy get his bell rung, I think about Diamond Jim Gentile, who was an outstanding first baseman and never wore a cup.
You've got to have very good hands.
He had good hands.
Yes. And you have to go undefeated.
That's right. No errors. The 2-2. And there's a base hit, nicely done. So we catch the break. This is the third one. We scored twice, and it's 4-0.
Javier 28. Jean-Pierre doesn't get the suicide squeeze down, but he does get the base hit to a drawn-in infield, and this is why hitters love to hit with the infield in. No angles on a ground ball whatsoever. Hardy makes that play if he's back in a normal position. Omar scores easily. And it's a 4-run cushion for John Danks, who's been in control all night.
So here's Alexei. Don't stop now, boys. They got him picked off. Dyer, a little double clutch. And he's safe. The double clutch. We catch another break.
Very bad throw by Dyer. And this is a generous Twins ball club tonight. They usually don't make this many mistakes in a week. Now Juan's going on first move, so he's picked off easily. That throw is well wide of the bag. And Hudson can't get the tag on him as he falls over him, trying to keep that ball out of left center field.
Pick him up, Alexei. 44 stolen base for Juan, and there's strike one. Fouls that back, and let's take another look at this bunt by Beckham. This is another break we caught, the third break. You see Omar. Now watch Perkins. Mauer yelling third base, third base. You can see they got him dead to rights. He took the chalk, goes to first, and Omar scores. That ball hit hard. We get it. It's off the wall. Here's the throw. Safe. Sox are being very opportunistic tonight, and it is 5-0. 4 breaks we caught and capitalized on 3 of them.
That was a sinking line drive that would have gone out of the ballpark, except for a little topspin. Took it off the wall. Young does a great job of getting it back in and actually making it close at second base. Alexei with good speed crushes this ball. It just missed going out of the park. Now Anderson coming out to have a word with Perkins, who is starting to get hit pretty hard here in the 5th inning.
Don't stop now, boys. Keep it going.
They're going to get the bullpen up and going. Ron Mayhay, the much-traveled left-hander, throwing in the pen.
So 2 mistakes by the Twins here in the 5th, and we have capitalized to the tune of 2 runs so far. And here's Alex. He had that big 2-out RBI single, knocking in Alexei back in the 3rd.
Pierre right in the middle of most everything here. Gets picked off and turns into gold on the errant throw by Dyer.
Pass low and inside. Make them pay. Alex. He did back in the 3rd. Pops him up. Boy, he is hot. Lefko makes the catch, and that is out number 2.
fastball up and out over the plate. Alex knew that he didn't have a good swing at a very hittable pitch.
You don't see Alex show emotion very often. When he does, you know that it was a cookie. So here's Paulie. Paulie has walked, scored, and he's grounded to third. Right man, right spot, right time, right now. Paulie. Takes ball one. There's a strike. Just a little flipper. A little spinner coming up there. And the count evens at 1. Throwing that same pitch again, and we got ourselves a 7-0 ball. That's up high. And the count 2-1. 5-0 for our guys, 0-3-1 for their guys here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 32,033 in the house. Pops it up on top of the Twinkie dugout, and the count 2-2.
This is an inning where no errors have been charged to the Twins, and yet they've made 2 critical mistakes.
Well, they've made 4, and it's cost them 3 runs. You don't see that happen very often in this ball club. Out in front, had him off balance. J.J. Hardy, low throw, and he gets by. So the 5th mistake by the Twinkies. And we have scored 4 runs on them. It is 6-0. Don't stop now, boys.
J.J. Hardy, I think, forgot who was running. He had all kinds of time. He went into the hole to get this slow ground ball. He still had time to set. Throws it well out ahead of Kadire, and this ball bounces off his glove into the seats. Just a very bad throw, and Paulie's not even in the picture as this ball gets to first. Hardy just rushed the throw and had no necessity to do so.
Well, that's more of a mental mistake right there. Don't stop now as Carlos. Watch out.
Now he's going to get a warning.
Well, instead of drilling Carlos, he ought to be drilling his own players. They're the ones that screwed it up.
And Ozzy's coming out now and saying, why are you warning us at this point? Because, number one, there's no chance at all to even things up, but also you take away the inside corner from our pitcher. Because if in the estimation of the umpire you go inside and it comes in off the plate, you could conceivably lose your pitcher and your manager with one pitch that he construes as being too far inside.
Well, that's what Ozzy's arguing about.
Yeah, exactly right.
I don't blame him. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, you don't make a warning on that pitch.
That's a jump to judgment right there by DeMuro. And he's wrong. He is absolutely wrong on it. Tell you one thing. Some Twins got to get drilled. I know that. But Johnny Danks has got to forget about it. Not tonight, I'm talking about. Nope. Not in this ball game.
Don't do it.
Somebody, you foul that one, and somebody's going to get drilled hard.
There's a good chance that Gardy is out there now taking time for Mayhay to get ready, and he's going to take Perkins out of this game.
So the Sox have taken advantage of 5 Minnesota mistakes. As Perkins will depart, as I said, if you want to drill somebody, Glenn, go in and start drilling your own players. We'll be back.
Taking in the ball game. And Ron Mayhay comes into the game with a couple of runners at first and second. A.J. up. Mayhay 0-1, ERA 3.66. On for the 38th time. So Perkins departs after 4 2/3 innings. And he's responsible for 6 so far and the 2 left on base.
Don't stop now, boys. A.J. 0 for 2. A.J. off balance out in front. Outfield swung around to the left slightly. Bit of a gap out there in right center. And a lot of room between Repko and that right field foul line. Big motion and pull the string on him. Off speed, down low, and count nothing in 2. Reaches out, punches that one. The long throw to first in time. But the Twins play some bad baseball in the bottom of the 5th. We put a crooked number up there, 3 spot, going to the 6th lead at 6-0. Top of the 6th inning. Top of the order, Denard Span, Orlando Hudson, and Joe Mauer. And taking first pitch strike. 6-0 Sox. Span doubled. Leading off the ball game, then try to stretch it into a triple, and the Sox, well, Rios to Beckham to Vizquel on a perfect relay, just drilled him at third base. Right to Paulie, 1 out. And on tonight's home improvement for Menards, the Minnesota Twins came into tonight's game as the American League leaders with a .282 batting average, 6 points over Kansas City. So for all your home improvement needs, shop and save big money at Menards. Yeah, this is when they told Johnny, hey, Johnny, forget about that, buddy. We'll take care of that business later. Hudson was struck out and grounded to short.
John's going to finish up this game at somewhere around 153, 154 innings for the year. So he's not going to go the distance. And we do have some guys that pull the ball pretty hard out of that bullpen.
Yes, we do. There's a Rob Dibble when you need it.
In Washington.
It's the Dibmeister. If he came into the game, whoever was coming to the plate knew what was going to happen as that ball's hit hard. And that's going to be over the head of Carlos. So Hudson, opposite field, double. That's his 18th two-bagger. But Johnny cannot waver. He's got to still pitch these guys inside. That's what that warning did if one gets too far in there. So here's Mauer. He is struck out. They pitched him perfectly in the first, and then they got a ball up out over the plate in the fourth, and he doubled to left field. And that pitch away. We're now 13 to 37 lifetime off Johnny Danks. And there's a strike. Six runs, 5 hits, no errors for our guys. No runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for their guys. Ate him up, and that's going to fall. That's the prototype duck snort right there.
When you're big and strong, and you're a 3-time batting champion, those fall in for you. Talked about it earlier. Tried to get it inside. Joe able to just muscle it over the head of Ramirez in front of Pierre. Runners at the corners. One of their hotter hitters up.
Their big RBI guy, Delman Young, who has 84. He has walked and he has gone out to right. Big hat, no cattle.
Young is a guy who can hit the ball out of the ballpark, yet doesn't strike out all that often. 44 strikeouts, 393 at bats.
1-1 to count.
and also has only walked 17 times this entire season. So he's going to be swinging the bat.
Pops him up. Got in on him. And that's out number 2. You cannot ease up now because here's Cuddyer, who's 1 for 2. He's 19 for 40 lifetime off Johnny with 5 homers. Nice pick by A.J. A bullet. That flew off the bat of Cuddyer. So Hudson will score. And it's a 6-1 ball game.
RBI number 55 and the second hit of the night for Cuddyer. Don Cooper taking a long, slow walk to the mound. Nobody up in the pen, so he wants John to settle down. This is another good straight change. Up a little bit higher than he would have wanted. Drills it by Beckham. Runners at first and second with their big home run hitters up in Kubo.
Well, one swing of the bat changes the whole thing. And again, that's what an umpire's warning can just put that issue into a ball game.
I have to believe that Don Cooper went out and said to him, "You're going to have to start throwing inside."
Kubel, 0 for 2. He's gone out to right and grounded to first. Takes first pitch strike. Another nice pick by A.J. Two on, 2 out, 1-1 to count.
Guys okay over there? Definitely.
And now, on a big pitch to 1-1, Johnny takes the advantage. Retire the side. They do get on the board after 5.5. It is the Sox leading 6-1.
Pitch of the inning, striking out Kubel. Couldn't check his swing on a sweeping slider. Struck him out with 2 on and 2 out. A big pitch. And see what's new from AT&T. Visit www.att.com. Susan Webster is tonight's Hit the Jackpot with Powerball contestant. If the White Sox hit a home run in the 6th inning, Susan will win 100 chances to take home the Powerball jackpot. Tonight's jackpot is worth $38 million.
Sox lead at 6-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be the lower third of the order. Vizquel, Vizquel, and Becker face Ron Mayhew. That pitch popped up. Mauer's got the play. 1 pitch, 1 out. Tank now 0 for 3. So here is Omar. He started off that 3-run 5th with a double. What new? Well, what a job he has done for us this year. He and Freddie Garcia. Wow. First pitch strike. That pitch outside to even the count at 1. Softly hit. 1 hopper. And that's out number 2. So here's Gordon. He's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Getting back in the lineup after missing a couple of ball games because of that slight groin pull. And the count 0-1.
Good straight change from Mayhew. He had Gordon well out in front of it. Still around the big leagues because he's a left-hander that can get the ball over the plate.
And the count 0-2. Juan Pierre, the on-deck hitter. That pitch low and away. Now, if you're playing him slightly to the right, bit of a gap in left center. Two and 2. In the finale tomorrow night, Gavin Floyd against Francisco Liriano. So make your plans to be with us here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field. And that pitch outside. And then over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Tigers come to town. They're going to run Bonderman, Porcello, and Galarraga to the bump. We're going to run Burley, Edwin Jackson, and Freddie Garcia to the mound. Had him 0-2 and walks it. So that'll bring up Pierre. Juan is 1 for 2. Had an RBI single and also picked up his 44th stolen base. That was last inning. Andrew Jones on the right. He was in the lineup. The original lineup had to be scratched because of a sore middle back. Pretty good lead by Becker. And one takes first pitch strike. And the count 0-2. Bail him out. Nah. Because it's like going pull. Don't want to do that. And Baltimore wins again. Beat Cleveland 3-1.
8 of 9 since Buck Showalter took over.
And that pitch low and away.
Stopped by Mauer. Holding Beckham at first.
Two out. And the 1-2 pitch. And there's a souvenir left side. And a reminder, you can join our White Sox mobile group to receive exclusive offers and chances to win great prizes like autographed jerseys and baseballs. Just text Sox to Shy Sox. That's 244-769 to enter to win an autographed A.J. Pierzynski ball. Standard text and data rights apply. Visit WhiteSox.com for official rules. And another souvenir.
De Niro called one pitch away, and Juan knew that he couldn't afford to take another one out there, so he reached out, fouled it off. Usually has pretty good plate coverage, and he usually makes contact.
And there's a chopper get by him. Hudson with a nice play. And that'll retire the side. Nothing across. We'll go to the seventh, leading by 5. Top of the 7th inning. Valencia, Repko, and Hardy, the lower third of the Minnesota order, has that pitch taken outside. Valencia is hit into a 5-4 fielder's choice, and he has been called out on strikes. High into right field. Everybody a long way to go. Carlos is there. Foul ground. 1 out.
Bottom 4 of the order have done absolutely nothing for Minnesota tonight, as John Danks has been pretty much in control from the opening pitch.
And a reminder after the game, stay tuned for the 9 o'clock news with Micah Mater, Tom Negevan, Tom Skilling, and Dan Rowan. Skilling with the weather, Rowan with everything you want to know about sports. 9 o'clock news right after this ball game. There's the strike. Repko has struck out and popped up to second. So I guess a little bit high. And that's popped up. Carlos taking control, makes the catch. 2 down. And a reminder, you can join the White Sox for Elvis Night. That's this Friday, August 13th, as the Sox take on the Tigers at 7:10 p.m. And afterward, enjoy post-game fireworks presented by Frito-Lay. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. That's Elvis Night this coming Friday. Always a fun night here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field.
They're going to pinch hit for J.J. Hardy. It'll be Alexi Casilla.
That ball hit in the right center field. So that didn't take long. 1, 2, 3, 7th inning stretch. Danks leads it 6-1.
And Jesse Queen comes into the game at 1-0, ERA of 5.311, on to the 50th time. 40 strikeouts, 17 walks, 46 in the 3rd innings. He inherits a 5-run deficit.
Jesse has been on a roll lately. Started off a little slow and has come on strong.
Minnesota bullpen got a whole lot stronger with the addition of Matt Capps. It allowed everybody to slot down one spot in their usual spot, occupied when Joe Nathan was their closer. Lost for the year. Capps is going to help him. He has already.
So here is Alexei, 1 for 3. An RBI double and a run scored. That double was almost a homer, getting high off the wall out there in left field. Sox trying to even up this series at a game apiece with the rubber match tomorrow night. Gavin Floyd against Francisco Liriano. Took a lot off. Had him way out in front and count evens at 1. Breaking ball by Jesse Crane, who he of the funky motion. Crane. And that one up high. And that's out of play. And reminder, Saturday, August 14th, 6:05, Sox against the Tigers. First 20,000 adults ages 21 and over will receive a beer vendor bobblehead presented by all the great folks at Miller Lite. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. It's Saturday, August 14th, Sox against the Tigers. Beer vendor bobblehead night by Miller Lite. There's a shot. Casillas got him. It's a hang with him for Alexei.
Another hard hit ball off the bat of Ramirez. Casilla right there.
So here's Alex. He's 1 for 3, an RBI back in the third. That was a 2-out single. But he tried to stretch into a double. But it knocked in Ramirez. Takes ball 1. And the count 2-0. And it was nice to see our old buddy Tony Wisdom stop by the booth to say hello. He was an intern with us last year. And there's a get me over breaking ball for a strike. Paulie on deck. And Casilla going to suck it up. Throw him out. 2 down. So that'll bring up Konerko. Paulie is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Outfield, straight up, spread out, just about equidistant. Overhand hammer. And the count 0-2. Just tuning in, Sox 2 in the second. 2-run homer by Carlos Quentin right over the center field fence. Added 1 in the third. 3 more in the fifth. Twins have made 5 mistakes tonight. And the Sox have scored 4 runs off of them. that's to the backstop. Oakland beat Seattle this afternoon 5-1. A's have been playing well, and the Mariners continue to struggle. Mess up high. Decent paper. Joey Cora's in the mix for that Seattle job next season.
We talked about him last time the job was coming available. And I know Ozzie is pushing for him. Let's hope he does get an interview.
I hate to lose him, but yet he's ready, Ozzie said. Two balls, two strikes, two out. And he got him. 1-2-3 inning for Jesse Crain. Will go to the eighth. It's still a 5-run White Sox lead. For the Twinkies, Span, Hudson, and Mauer to face Johnny Danks. Takes first pitch strike.
John is yet to hit the 100 mark in pitches, but the bullpen has started to work for the first time tonight.
This will be pitch number 94. And that's a strike.
Sergio Santos getting loosened up just in case.
You can visit the official online shop of the White Sox. You can browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. So get your gear from the official source. Shop at WhiteSox.com and accept no substitutes. And that pitch foul back. So the count remains 0-2.
Danks has one of his better efforts against this Twin team that has given him some problems. Jose Majerus loosening up the bullpen for the Twins.
Pass low. At the moment, big White Sox shout out to a good friend who's under the weather right now from Orange Tree down in Orlando, Florida, Greg Johnson. Greg, we're thinking about you, buddy. Two and two the count.
Santos is getting ready for the young to Dyer. 4 and 5 coming up if John has some problems with the top three.
He gone. Could not pull the trigger. Strikeout number 7 for Johnny Danks.
What a break on that one. This man has a few words to say to Mike DeMuro, but he takes a walk back.
So here's Hudson. He's 1 for 3, a double, and has scored the only run. A run driven in by Kadire. Hudson now 18 doubles, 3 triples to go along with his 4 homers and 29 knocked in. Hudson just coming back off the DL. Yeah, that pitch is high and wide, 2-1.
Had a very bad collision with Bernard Span going out after a pop-up. Hurt his wrist.
Good strike. Well, AJ and Johnny have really worked well together tonight. Got a good rhythm. AJ has kept him in it, which is the first responsibility of the catcher. Find your pitcher's rhythm, get him in it, and keep him in it. A little bit low, full count.
Just as soon face Mauer with nobody on, regardless of what the score is. Not going to happen.
Second walk issued by Danks. And here comes Mauer, who is 2 for 3. Strikeout in the first inning. He doubled on a pitch up and away to left in the 4th. Then he got sawed off in the 6th and flipped a little duck snort out there in the left field.
There's Don Cooper looking over at his clicker, which is telling him that this will be pitch number 107 coming up.
And I would imagine Johnny Danks last. First pitch strike. Mauer just a magnificent athlete. And the ball is called. That's the first balk of the year called on Johnny Danks.
Now Don Cooper coming out to have a word.
Well, regardless if he called a balk or not.
I think what he's going to tell him is, whatever you got in the tank, let's see it here to Mauer, because we've got Sergio ready to face Young.
And you're out of here after Mauer. The 0-1 pitch. And count 0-2. I don't think I've ever seen Joe Mauer say anything to an umpire in all the games that we have watched him play.
He knows that he's going to get pitches for his pitcher.
Ate him up again in there, and he fights it off.
And to throw a fastball by him up and in.
Trying to reroute the bat. And the 0-2. Good pitch. They just wore him out inside. For 3 of the 4 at bats. 2 down. Evan Floyd. Going to have to do the same thing tomorrow. You get him looking inside, which they had him looking inside. That double he hit back in the 4th inning was a pitch up and away. We talked about. You let him look from the middle out and pitch him out there, you're beat. You're gone. So Young. That may have been Johnny's last guy right there. But meanwhile, Beerframe, 111 pitches he has thrown. And the count 1-1. Young has walked, gone out to right, and popped up to Canerco. And the count 1-2. Most of the 32,033 in attendance come to their feet. A little too high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count to Dyer on deck. Give him your best changer. Right here. Pops him up. What a game by Johnny Danks. And he leads it 6-1.
37th time. It was Perkins for 4 2/3, then Mayhay for an inning and a third. Jesse Crane came on for a strong inning. Now Jose Majerus.
So here's Quentin. Carlos is 1 for 1, a 2-run homer, and twice he was hit by a pitch, which will be remembered and filed. A 2-run homer right over the center field fence back in the second inning got us off to a quick lead. But the play, if you're just tuning in, it set the tone for the ball game tonight. The very first hitter, Denard Span, led it off with a double into right center field. Tried to stretch it into a triple, but a perfect throw from Rios to Beckham to Vizquel. Nailed him at third, and poof. Since then, it's been all Sox. Twins have made uncharacteristically for them a lot of mistakes in this ballgame. Look at the spin there. Good play by Kadire.
He was safe at first. Kadire went to make it, and Majerus looks like he's hurt, trying to avoid Kadire. Carlos beat the play. Kadire, with all that spin, got turned around and tried to beat him to the bag and didn't.
This ball, look at the spin now, right here.
Harris never got close to the play, but he stepped awkwardly, and he's still down. Right there. Just barely beating and avoiding the sliding Kadire.
Hopefully he's all right. Harris apparently wants to stay in the ball game. Rick Anderson, the pitching coach. He's all right. And while they are attending to him, a reminder, after the game, be sure and stay tuned for the 9 o'clock news with Micah McTeer and Tom Negevin. Tom Skilling with the weather, and Dan Rowan, the Silk Man, with all the sports highlights, everything that you want to know about the world of sports coming your way tonight. 9 o'clock news right after this ball game. He says no.
Took one pitch, and it was his landing leg, the right leg, and he couldn't put any weight on it. So Gardner will have to go to the bullpen, and whoever it is will get as much time as they want to loosen up. And it's the closer, Matt Katz. So as Matt Katz comes in, Harris departs. We'll be back after these messages. Logging on to WGNTV.com right now. You can click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner to connect all the game stats and information while you're watching at home. The WGN Sports Game Zone at WGNTV.com is brought to you by Columbia College of Missouri. On-campus and online classes fit your schedule and your budget. Here's a look at Matt Capps. Those are his numbers with Minnesota. 1-0, ERA 180. On for the 6th time. 2-3 in save opportunities. While with the Washington Nationals, he was 3-3, ERA 274. And for a club that's not having a good year, he had 26 saves.
Well, we saw him back on June 18th for an inning. Gave up nothing. But I'm not happy that Majerus is injured, but I am happy that we're getting a chance, our guys are getting a chance to see Matt Capps, at least for an inning. As A.J. stands in. A.J.'s due, he's 0 for 3. But his job tonight, even though he's 0 for 3 with a bat, has been with a leather. And the numbers he put down behind the plate, he and Johnny Danks worked as a tandem, and that's always a very nice thing to see. You had a chance to visit with your old friend and your catcher, Rick Dempsey, the other day in Baltimore.
I did, and he was one of the best, for me, the best I ever threw to.
And a count 0-2. Well, Rick Dempsey, to me, is certainly one of the best catchers in all my years in this game I've ever seen.
It's been 24 years playing Major League Baseball. Started as a catcher behind Thurman Munson, got his break being traded in a big deal that really helped make the Baltimore Orioles. Tippy Martinez, Scott McGregor, Rudy May, who they turned into Singleton and Stanhouse, and Dempsey coming to Baltimore.
Yeah, he was a very, very smart player. 1-2 the count to Pierzynski. And that's popped up into left field. Delman makes the catch, and that's out number 1.
For those of you that don't know really how the procedure goes, usually it goes like this with most teams. Pitching coach, the catcher, and the pitcher will meet together. And they will go over how they want to work each and every hitter. Then it's up to the catcher to remember exactly what was said, go to that area, and you hope to have a staff that can hit that spot because that's how your defense is playing it. And when you're successful, it all works together. Johnny Danks was just brilliant tonight against a team that's given him a whole lot of problems in the past.
And the team is leading the league in hitting by 6 points. Hard hit right back to Capps. And very quickly rack them up. 1, 2, 3, so to speak. Only 3 men come to the plate. We go to the 9th leading 6-1.
A minuscule 149 on for the 41st time. Gonna wrap it up for John Danks, and he's got a 5-run lead and 3 outs to get. Starting with a guy that's very unhappy to see John Danks leave. That's Michael Kadire.
He's 2 for 3 tonight. He is 20 for 41 lifetime off Johnny Danks with 5 homers and 12 RBIs. So here we go. 6-6-0 for our guys, 1-6-2 for their guys. Now field straight up for the 31-year-old all-purpose player. First pitch strike. Texas leading the Yankees 6-4, bottom of the 7th, down at Rangers ballpark. Good pitch, didn't get it. Out of play in the count, 1-2. Tigers beat Tampa Bay 3-2 at Comerica Park. Angels at home against Kansas City won that ball game 2-1. Baltimore beats Cleveland 3-1 at Progressive Field. Two balls, 2 strikes. Phillies shut out the Dodgers 2-0. All is walls. And that's flipped foul back into the seats. And once again, a reminder, make your plans to be with us tomorrow night and over the weekend. But tomorrow night, finale of this 3-game set. Gavin Floyd against Francisco Liriano. No walks. Come on, Sergio. So make your plans to be with us here. If you can't, that game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Tigers. Friday, Mark Burley against Jeremy Bonderman. As a payoff pitch to Kadire. Tops that foul. On Saturday, Edwin Jackson against Rick Porcello. And in the finale of this brief 6-game homestand on Sunday, Freddie Garcia against Armando Galarraga. The Friday game will be over WCIU, Channel 26, Saturday over WGN, and Sunday over Comcast Sportsnet. The leadoff walk, you don't want to see that. They can hit their way on with a 5-run lead. So here's Kubel. He has gone out to right, grounded to first, and then a big strikeout back in the 6th.
Well, Quentin behind him at first base. This is one of the times if they're going to give you second, take it. Stay out of a double play situation. And a ground ball doesn't basically take you out of the inning.
It's academic.
Going to have to worry about it with a wild pitch.
So not a good start to this inning. A walk and a wild pitch.
Don Cooper is going to get somebody up in the bullpen. It's a game you don't want to take too many chances with a guy who hasn't finished too many games.
Well, you don't want to let him sneak up on you.
Matt Thornton has grabbed a baseball and is going to start to get loose.
So the 1-1 pitch. Pump back line drive right to Quentin. Woo, got out there and took a nosedive, thank goodness. So hang Wolfham for Kubel. 1 out.
And fastball right down the middle. Unfortunately, Kubel hit a sinking line drive.
So here's Valencia. He's 0 for 3. Fielder's choice back in the second. A strikeout leading off the 5th. And leading off the 7th. Fouled out to Quentin. Takes first pitch strike. And once again, a reminder after the game, stay tuned for the 9 o'clock news with Micah McTeer, Tom Negevin, Tom Skilling with the weather, and Dan Rowan with all the sports highlights. Oh, and 2 the count.
Bobby Danks has joined Matt Thornton.
That's a souvenir right side. Red Sox thumped the Blue Jays up at the Rogers Center 10-1. Buckholz. One and 2 the count to Valencia. Take him right here, Sergio. Up and in, 2 and 2. Pops him up. Alex making the call, has the ball for out number 2. So the Sox within 1 out of tying the series up. And that'll bring up Jason Repko, who has struck out, popped to second and popped to right. First pitch strike. And that ball into left field. Juan Pierre is there when that ball comes down. This ball game is over. So the Sox behind Johnny Danks, even if the series at a game apiece, they win it 6-1. And we'll be back.